Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of Let Cheap Pop Podcast, brought to you by First GenXers Presents Broadcast Network. I am your host, Dark Lord 100, and I'm here as always with my co-host, the one and only Runescryer.
Hey.
What is up, sir?
Not
and
much.
We are right on. There's a lot of stuff going on in the pop culture world. We got a few key stories we're going to talk about throughout the day. And as always, we open up with Hot Topics, where we talk about one of the hottest topics going in pop culture today. And this time around, it will be X-Men 97 Season 2.
I absolutely loved at the end of the Miss Marvel TV series when her buddy tells her that she might be a mutant, and you get that little faint guitar riff of the X-Men. It's so iconic, dude.
I like it when they do little stuff like that, like that just kind of leads to or leans you towards a specific way of thinking about the overall subject. But for those of you who don't know, X-Men 97 Season 2 is finally here, and X-Men 97 is technically the sequel series or the continuation series of the original X-Men animated series from back in 1997. Ran for a few seasons. I believe it was on Fox Saturday mornings, right? Yeah. And so Disney decided, once they purchased the Fox IP, they decided to bring it back.
Yep.
And they did a last season, which was fucking epic.
Yeah.
And very well done.
2 years in between seasons. They weren't sure that there was going to be a second season, but we have it now.
It's the one way that fans' voices matter. Enough people watched the first season that they had to bring it back for a second season.
Yeah.
Okay, so this season looks like it's going to be surrounded around Apocalypse. Then now forever. The one and only Apocalypse. This the setting of this particular episode. What's up?
No, go.
The setting of this particular episode, Days of Past Future, kind of a play on the Days of Future Past thing. I'll say is set in 3960 AD. It has Cyclops, Jean Grey, Storm, and Wolverine and Morph wake up stranded in desolate, dusty wasteland. They're in a dystopian future that is completely controlled by Apocalypse, complete with random robots running out that are smaller than Sentinels, but seem to be a lot more deadly. Forge and Bishop, they jump in between the past and the future, and Forge and Bishop attempting to find where the X-Men have been scattered out to. Remember, they were scattered at the end of season 1, and bringing them back to the 90s. As we all wish we had a time machine to go back to the 90s. So this one was one that I truly enjoyed from beginning to end. But here was the thing with me that got me was they're throwing in mixtures of more than just the initial storyline that they're going with, because in this storyline, this happened in the comic books too. In this storyline, Nathan Summers becomes Cable. But in the alternate storyline of the Age of Apocalypse, Nathan Summers becomes somebody named X-Men instead of becoming Cable.
Which is actually, X-Men was Nate Gray.
Was he Nate Gray?
Okay. Yes. He was an alternate version.
Of Nate Summers?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where I'm missing the connection. I was like, wait a minute. Because everything looked like they were setting up. I was like, oh my God, they're going to do X-Men. And then it was like, then you get to episode 3, and we'll get to that in a minute, about what happened there. But you get to episode 3 and you realize, no, he's just young Cable. And they even tie him to Cable as Cable's memories are kind of changing as what's going on with Jean Grey and Scott and the young Nathan is going on. But it was a great way. It was Forge and Bishop realize the team has been scattered across time. They choose to divide and conquer, with Forge leaping into the future to find Cyclops' faction and figure out a way back, which is basically what this episode is about. And by the end of the episode, they do start to find a way back. I believe by the end of the episode, Forge has found them. And also another thing that I realized, and I'm sorry for any X-Men purists out there, I love the X-Men myself, but I keep getting Bishop and Cable mixed up. Like, I don't know why. There's not a lot similar about them, but I keep getting them mixed up. And I think they're both the same person. But this episode gave you a good idea, realizing that what this season is going to be about. And that is, it's surrounding the one and only Apocalypse, one of the X-Men's greatest foes. So we took that into episode 2, which was Forced to be Reckoned with. Now, this was supposed to be present day, which was 1997 in the series. Here's what I loved about it. They gave you the same theme song, but the intro is all X Factor. It's all X Factor members. So it's like Jubilee, and it's like Cable, and it's Sunspot, and it's, and it was just like, they're giving me an X Factor episode. Like, not just the X-Men episode where the X Factor happens to show up. No, they're giving me an actual X Factor episode. I'm here for this. I am here for this. And it lived up to the hype. The threat was Cable discovers that Apocalypse has initiated a time-spanning master plan, tracking dynamic technology shifts and tracking down leads in the present. The chase, Cable heads to Brazil to hunt down War, one of Apocalypse's legendary horsemen. And then, believing most of the original team of the X-Men is gone, Cable assembles a lethal mutant Black Ops squad known as X-Force. The team includes leftover X-Men Jubilee and Sunspot, alongside veteran recruits Psylocke and Archangel. And it was so nice to see Psylocke not voiced or played by Megan Fox. That was such a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
because that was horrible. Seeing
Olivia
her
Wilde.
No, it was Megan Fox, wasn't it?
in Age of Apocalypse, the
Yeah,
movie.
in the movie. Yeah.
It was Olivia Munn.
Olivia Munn. All right, whoever it was, she needs to stay the hell away from the Starlight character.
Yeah.
Well, I say Megan Fox needs to stay away from the Transformers. That's right. It's her in the Transformers. Anyways, but yeah, so you got to see an episode that was not surrounded around Scott Summers, Jean Grey, Logan, and Xavier and Magneto, all the original X-Men. You got to see an episode that was focused on what would be considered kind of the side characters, because X-Force wasn't the only ones that were in there. There was also an appearance by X-Factor as well, and I believe X-Factor was actually working for the government, and X-Force wasn't. So it was quite it made for quite the dynamic.
Yeah. From what I've seen of pictures, it's from the Peter David run of X Factor, where where X Factor was a agency sponsored by the government for mutant issues.
For mutant issues, okay.
Yeah.
So basically, to handle any mutants that got out of line.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see how these particular teams are woven throughout the rest of this season, and if they end up becoming, if we maybe get a spinoff with them, spinoff cartoons if they're popular enough. Disney will do it. Disney will do it. All right, then we jump to episode. What's up?
No, disagreeing with you.
Yeah. I'll say then we jump to episode 3, which is simply called En Sabah Nur.
The name of Apocalypse.
I was going to say, for those of you who don't know, that is the former mutant name of Apocalypse. Apocalypse is
that's his human name.
Yes.
It's his slave name.
Is the
literal.
First mutant. Literally, yeah. It's set in ancient Egypt, where Xavier and Magneto's faction find themselves stuck centuries in the deep past. Their faction includes Beast and it's Magneto, Xavier, Beast, and God damn it, I can't think of who else it was. But the time lost mutants cross paths with a young, relatively innocent En Sabah Nur before he transforms into the Darwinian conqueror Apocalypse. At this stage, he behaves like an enslaved freedom fighter using extraordinary strength. He says, recognizing who the boy becomes, Magneto attempts to rewrite history by building a rapport with young Nur. He gives him ideological confidence boost, hoping to shape him into a savior for mutant kind rather than a tyrant. And yeah, it's quite interesting watching him do it. It's like Xavier's like, nah, dude, like you're not gonna change Apocalypse's mind. And Magneto's like, calm down, dude. What if we turn him into the first version of you? Like that's literally one of the lines from the show. Is that he looks at Xavier and he's like, what if we turn him? What if we have him championing your crusade?
Yeah.
1,000 years before you were ever born. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was just like, all right, Magneto's thinking outside the box here. At the end of towards the end of the episode, the group clashes with the Pharaoh's forces, revealing the Pharaoh is actually a variant of the time-traveling conqueror Rama Tut.
Rama Tut has entered the picture.
Yes.
Because Rama Tut is one of the many, many identities of Mr. Nathaniel Richards.
Really?
AKA Reed Richards' father.
Really?
AKA the ancestor of Kang and Immortus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that's what it said. Nathaniel Richards said, desperate to fix the timeline, Professor X crosses severe ethical lines by aggressively misusing his telepathy, ending the episode on a massive cliffhanger, which, basically Rama, basically they're fighting against Insabanur, and they think they beat him. And with Bishop, and when they come get him, they give him all the time traveling things at the last second, right before they're all about to put on their time traveling bracelets. Apocalypse or Insabanur jumps out of the pile that they piled on top of him, and right after they show that, they show Ramatut firing this beam into the stronghold of Apocalypse or Insabanur, and they just show it to you from the outside as it like crumbles in on itself, and smoke and dust everywhere, and that's how they end the episode. So I don't know when the new episodes drop. I believe it'll be Monday or Tuesday sometime this week, maybe Wednesday. Let's see. So we will talk about that next week. But so far, through 3 episodes, this season has been straight gold as far as I've been concerned. I'd say to give me a friggin' X Factor and X Force episode right off the back, bet I'm here for it. And if you are a fan of the original XMen series, please check out 97. It's worth looking at. It's worth figuring. It's worth seeing, and being a part of what it is right now. And yes, as I was telling Runescryer earlier off air, you don't have to have watched the original X-Men series in order to get what's going on. They do a lot of flashbacks and all of that to let you know what happened and how we got to where we're at. I'm just happy, like I said, Apocalypse is, I've said this before, Apocalypse is one of my favorite villains. So it's nice to see them, doing that particular character and bringing him into the X-Men series, especially considering to an extent he needs some redemption, because that movie, Oscar Isaac, I know you did a damn good job as Apocalypse. Yeah. You did your best. You're a damn good actor, but man, nah, that movie wasn't it. That movie wasn't it at all. They did a better job with the Anti-Monitor in Crisis on Infinite Earths on the CW than they did with Apocalypse in that X movie. But anyway, so that's going to do it for us. Any last words on the X-Men 97 season 2? No.
Still need to see it, but I'm going to be there for it eventually.
All right, for sure. All right, where is it? So that takes us immediately into Pop Culture Corner, where we talk as much pop culture as we possibly can. And today we're starting out with some MCU news and the fact that Spider-Man Brand New Day will give us our first look at the villain Tombstone and Detective Jean DeWolf.
I gotta tell you, I did not have Jean DeWolf making a MCU appearance on my 2026 bingo card.
Well, here we are. It's nice. To me, it's always nice when they take characters that can be considered side characters or minuscule characters and make them into a part of the flow of the major timeline. So especially when it comes to movies, because a lot of the time when they do movies, they have a tendency to focus on the major characters and only the major characters. And so I hope this gives us a good look at Detective Jean DeWolf instead of just a snapshot.
Now, for those who don't know, Jean DeWolf from the 70s to the mid 80s was basically Spider-Man's Commissioner Gordon. She was his strongest ally in the police force. And some retcons have made her have kind of a toxic parasocial relationship with Spider-Man, where
Okay.
she was kind of low-key stalking him.
Uh-oh. Don't
and
stalk the
had
Spider-Man.
and had feelings for him. I was not into Spider-Man back then, so I'm just going off of what it says on the Marvel Wiki about her and her history with Peter. Yeah, she was getting kind of fatal attraction where she would take photos of Spider-Man and Black Cat and cut Black Cat out of them.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a tad bit obsessive there.
But she did get killed. And that was the classic story arc for Spider-Man, Death of Jean DeWolf.
Okay.
But yeah, it was probably next to Gwen Stacy. It was probably the death that Spider-Man was affected by the most. But it's going to be interesting to see where they go with the character. They got a great actress from it. And also the pictures that we've seen of nope, we don't have any new pictures of Tombstone yet, but we know it's going to be great because Marvin Jones III, and I cannot remember his hip hop name, Black Albino, dude who played Tobias Whale in Black Lightning.
Oh, Cameron.
Yeah.
Or not Cameron. No, I know you're talking about, but yeah. All right, so let's take a look at that. This is some of the stuff with Team Tombstone, Tarantula there. Yeah. Oh God, I forget his name. But we've talked about them before. Yeah. The Tombstone.
Let me look that up real quick.
All right, and then we can go
Cromden.
back here. Cromden, yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
All right, and then we've got
Yeah, I need to check out and see who's playing Tarantula because that's going to be an interesting possibility.
And then we got the Bears. Lisa Colon Zayas playing Detective Jean Wolf. That's who it is.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
And hang on just a second. I want to see if while we're on the topic, Mr. Keith David. I always have to say, okay, is it Keith David or is it David Keith? I want to make sure I got the right one.
I believe it's Keith David.
Yeah. Keith David does not look like he has been assigned a role yet on IMDb, but we do know that
so it's a surprise.
Yeah, it's a surprise. Speculation is that he's going to be the Lizard, because he's the one kind of lecturing Peter on genetics. Yeah. But
on ethics?
No, genetics.
I think that's a good role for him.
Yeah. So that's going to be great.
Genetics. Okay.
Genetics, yeah. We're going to have some DODC back, Department of Damage Control. And fresh off of Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Her Honor, the Mayor, Sabrina Guevara, will be back as Mayor Sheila Riviera.
Nice.
Yep. And also, we already knew John Bernthal will be in as Punisher, and Michael Mando will be reprising his Sony Spider-Verse role as Mac Gargan the Scorpion. And so we're going to see some classic Spidey Scorpion action and quips going on. Also, still no word on Sadie Sink's role. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like it. And see, that's one thing that Marvel does that I do like, is they keep that stuff on under wraps until you actually go see the movie, and then you find out who they're
unfortunately, I mean, they've got Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo both in this film, and I think they're under guard, banned from social media 24/7 until the film comes out.
Two of the biggest marks, two of the biggest. Yes, I would agree. Oh man. All right. So that'll do it for that talk. Can't wait to see it. Next up is an interesting story that you kind of sent to us, that the house used for the Wayne Manor in the 1960s Batman TV series is currently on the market. And the asking price, $32 million.
Yep.
For this beautiful
and only like
here.
eight, I think it's like 80-something thousand a year on taxes. But yes, the house at 380 South San Rafael Avenue in Pasadena, California, which served as the exterior for stately Wayne Manor in the 1960s Batman TV series, is on the market.
Nice. Seven bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, 18,000 square feet.
655 square feet. Yep. Yep.
This is like, architecturally, don't get me wrong, this is a beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful. It is, yeah. But wow. Yeah. Underground atomic pile and emergency phones not included. No word on if you have the sliding bookcase with the bat poles.
Oh man. Wow, that is a beautiful kitchen, dude. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little tiny kitchen, probably right next to the big kitchen. That's just insane. $32 million. Trust me, if I had $32 million, I would not be spending it on a house. Like, I definitely would not be spending it on a house. All right. So the next one, I'll let Dave take over at the get-go of and kind of let us know what's going on, and then I'll drop my opinions in afterwards. But what exactly is the Stephanie Williams situation?
All right. So this year, writer Stephanie Williams has been nominated for a Best Writer Award for the Eisners. She is the only Black woman ever nominated for a Best Writer Award at the Eisners. She is only the second Black writer in total to be nominated for an Eisner, following Dwayne McDuffie, rest in peace forever, sir. Dwayne McDuffie's nomination in 1995. So this is a major breakthrough. This is the Sidney Poitier moment for comic books. Okay, but she is known mainstream for work in DC, including a fantastic run on Wonder Woman. And I believe that her run in Wonder Woman, she brought back Nubia and made Nubia the new queen of Themyscira, replacing Hippolyta. But specifically, Stephanie Williams has been nominated for her work on 3 books. Temporal from Mad Cave. Roots of Madness from Ignition Press, which is a fantastic indie story. I highly recommend Roots of Madness. And Street Shark.
And Street Shark. Okay, so
the late '80s Jawsome Street Sharks
Uh,
adaptation,
uh,
because
okay,
everything
so
in the '80s is new in the 2020s and is getting
yeah,
rebooted, reused, and SWAT
okay.
Kits is
So
getting
this is the
yeah,
well, so, this is the picture of her IRL.
right,
Okay, and now this would be the picture used
right,
by a particular
and
group name of
the
what?
griot.
The Griot.
The griot is a rather prominent black-oriented news source, and there are a lot of black comic fans calling this out because I don't know if you can see on the picture, but right down there in the bottom right corner, it says stock photo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
by
Darkwood was
Shuttershop.
able to
Yeah,
find dozens of pictures of Stephanie Williams in like less than a minute to choose
yeah,
from. The griot decided to talk about this historic moment in comic book history and in black nerd culture by
and
using
give it the "we all look alike" treatment.
yes, yes,
As long as it's a black woman, we're close enough. Yeah,
yes.
yeah, that's bullshit.
And so, yeah, lots of do better and the disrespect is real comments
Yes, I can
happening.
understand that.
Yeah,
I can understand that
I can
because
understand it too. It's
if they used a picture of Detlef Shrimp from not Detlef Shrimp, but Amon Shumpert from the NBA, and they were like, "Double K gets an award," and it's Amon Shumpert. Like,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. No,
No.
not when A, you could have reached out to her directly, and she probably would have sent you a
Exactly.
headshot.
Yeah,
And then second of all, if you got to steal an image, you could have stole one from the internet, and there were
right.
plenty of them. All I had to do was right click on that image, and I could have used the image.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah. Like I said, it's the enshittification that AI is bringing to our daily lives,
yeah. Well,
journalism, social
I,
media.
I I I can agree with you about AIs bringing some egregious, but I think this particular is humans being thoughtless because I think in this somebody looked at that and said, okay, close enough, and decided to publish that, like, and decided to put that up on the internet. Somebody looked at that picture, either but didn't bother looking up an actual picture of her, or looked up some pictures of her and went, close enough, and threw it up there. I don't necessarily think this was they got AI to put together the whole article, and this is what AI threw out there. I think somebody made a conscious choice to use a standard black woman stock image
Yeah,
over using an actual
yeah, yeah,
picture. So this, I think this is more of a human problem than it is AI. That somebody looked at that and said yeah and approved that. But I get what you're saying about AI. Yes, AI is some good, some bad. AI is just people are you leaning on it a little too much. But that's the message of all the Terminator movies and all that. Just don't lean on AI too much because bad things can happen. And guess what humans do? Make bad things happen. Uh, well, say, all right. So we'll move forward off of that and into Mr. Terrific is getting his own TV show. Yay! Um, the TV show spinoff based on Superman's side character and superhero Mr. Terrific. The latest news on the future DCU installment from the Hollywood Reporter story mixed in with all the dirty details behind the making of last week's troubled comic book movie Supergirl is news that the company has been quietly tinkering away on a new project based on Mr. Terrific.
yeah.
I'm here
Yep,
for it.
I am
I'm here
in
for
there
it.
too. I really want to see it. And it's continuing with, excuse me, I keep screwing up his name.
And it's,
Idi, Idi Gathegi, who
yes,
played Mr. Terrific in the
the Superman
fantastic
movie.
Superman movie last year. Yeah,
Yes.
we
I
love
still
his
have to go see. Uh, I still got to go see Supergirl. I don't think it's as
Same
bad
here.
as everybody thinking
No, I don't think it's bad as everyone's saying that it is. Um, a lot of the incel sources are harping on its, on its financials and damning it with faint praise, like it's the highest grossing Supergirl film of all time. That's like a
Yeah.
that's like a bar just sitting there on the floor. It's not
Yeah.
easy. It's not that hard to clear. As much as I
But
love the Helen Slater Supergirl film,
yeah. Well, that it's just a matter of here's what happens. I'll say this. I see this happen a lot, and especially with comic book movies.
Mm-hmm.
People, the fan base gets themselves so worked up into a fathom about what it's going to be that when it doesn't necessarily live up to their own self-inflicted hype, they lash out at the movie, the creators, the actors and actresses within the movie.
Yeah.
It's. I'll use a prime example, and we'll go over this a little bit later. But the wrestling community has been up in arms about the fact that Obafemi is not getting his match or is not taking his match at SummerSlam. He's going to take it at a later date, and it's just a matter of like, this is all just wham because it didn't go the way I wanted it to go.
Exactly. It's a very toxic aspect of every fandom that you get into. Star Wars. That didn't make any sense. This is how it should have happened. I'm not going to watch this. This is stupid. And Star Trek. All these fandoms spaces, because it doesn't go how they go. They think that they can write better and do it better.
They've been going over it in their heads over and over and over
and over again. Yeah.
It's like
instead of just saying, it is what it is, and not particularly liking, and just walking away from it, they've got to, it lives rent free in their head forever. They cannot just let it go.
Right. And that's the thing. And that's the thing with it is this. Well, and I think that here's the thing about it. And here's what I've always said about it and always will say about it. That's why fan fiction exists. Go write some fan fiction. Go write some fan fiction, and post it on the internet. If it's good enough, guess what? Somebody will pick it up and do something with it.
Exactly.
If it's not, it'll sit on the internet and 6 people will read it, and that's it.
Yeah, precisely. But 2 points, okay? Mm-hmm. One good, one bad. We'll start off the bad, okay? 50 Shades of Grey started off as a Twilight fanfic.
Really? I didn't know that.
Okay.
That's quite interesting.
2, Jim Butcher, the guy who gave us the Dresden Files series. He started off writing fanfic himself.
Okay.
Fantasy fanfic. He's now one of the top fantasy authors in America. So, yes, most people see fanfic as a dirty word.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know what a writer does to become a better writer? They write. Yep. And that's how you practice writing. By working inside settings that you're passionate about, that you understand, that allows you to expand your ability to do characterizations and work out. There's a reason why homages and pastiches of Sherlock Holmes and Superman and Captain America and all these other characters have been around for 100 years.
Yep.
I mean,
no, 100%. I co-sign on that exact point. Like, it's like not just it's got to start somewhere. It's just, if you genuinely think, it's just like I tell people, again, getting back to the wrestling angle on it, of if you don't like what WWE doing, you don't like what AEW is doing, you don't like what ROH is doing, you don't like what all the different options you have are doing, go take out a loan and start a promotion yourself. Go rent out a hall, go hire some wrestlers, and go put on a promotion yourself, and do it yourself. Be a writer, because guess what? If you're doing a good enough job and your thing is popular enough, WWE will notice you, and then they'll bring you into the fold. And then you can make the changes to the writing that you want, or you'll realize that you can't. But in general, like, that's the type of attitude and action I want to see, instead of people just sitting on the internet and complaining that, oh, this could be better or that could be better, but not willing to actually but having it be less of, this could actually be better, and more so of, this didn't go the way I wanted it to go, so I'm going to be mad about it. And I find that a lot of that is going on with like Supergirl and stuff like that. It's like, it's just less that the movie is bad.
Watch it yourself and make your own judgments. Don't let people tell you what's good, what's bad. Be your own person.
It's like the Siskel and Ebert of it that I gave you last week. Me and my mom would always go see movies. If Siskel and Ebert gave it 2 thumbs down, we would always go see it, because odds were good we were going to like the movie. But all right, so that's going to wrap it up. Oh, yeah, you got one more for us on Pop Culture Corner, don't you?
I believe that I do. Which one was that? Oh, right, the new one. Yes, so this is just really, really hot off the press, or the tea's taken a real long time to brew. And that is that there is a Black-oriented young adult fantasy series called Children of Blood and Bone. It's set in a fantasy vision of West Africa. Ties in with Yoruba practices, mythology, magic rituals. Written by a Black author, Tomi Adeyemi.
Nice.
And it came out in 2018. Really good, but came out in 2018, and it was optioned by Paramount back in 2022.
Okay.
So it's currently in production, starting to shoot. And the author has completely cut ties with it, even though she's walking away from it. She was on the original script and had creative control, but she's just completely walking away.
Wow.
And she basically said, she was addressed a fan question, why she hasn't spoken more about the Paramount adaptation, which is coming out January 15th. She hasn't spoken about her own adaptation, and she wrote, "There's a reason I will not post anything about the adaptation of my work. That's all."
So basically, she's probably under an NDA.
Well, she shared it on TikTok, but the tea being brewed stronger.
Okay.
And lastly, since someone asked, I have not seen the film, and I will not watch it. It's been painful holding this back from you all, and I'm sorry if any of you thought I didn't care about us more than any glitter.
Okay. Hold up, real quick pause. Shout out to Jay Golden, aka the Tribal Kingpin, for tapping in on YouTube. We appreciate you. Thanks for showing us love. We appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, go on.
Now, finally, to make this tea Luke Cage strong.
Okay.
She did a DM that she sent to Amidala Sternberg, who plays the lead in the film adaptation, Princess Amari.
Okay.
Do not ever use my name in an interview or video again. Do not text me. Do not call me.
Wow.
Now, just to give you some clue, Amidala Stenberg. We're talking about Rue from the Hunger Games. Little Rue is grown up.
The actress that played that?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
She was also a star in The Hate You Give.
Okay.
And Osha in The Acolyte.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that was the same little girl. Nice.
Yep. So
Rue was one of my favorite characters in the Hunger Games books.
Oh, yeah. That draws you in right there. You know, but yeah, so there is definitely tea to be spilled.
Right.
I think that she's just waiting for the film to come out.
Right. Let y'all see what she's talking about. What she talks about.
Yeah. Most speculation I've seen on social media has leaned to the recent financial transactions of Paramount.
Okay.
To where it's become more right-wing, shall we say, politely.
Yeah.
And that the editing is not going to do the film any favors.
Okay.
So we think that it's kind of, this is being caused by some shenanigans from the studio mostly.
Got you.
Yeah.
So she can't really do anything about it because they've already purchased the IP.
Yeah.
So she's got to let them go through with it. But
right.
I'm pretty sure we'll hear from her. We'll hear from her. All right. So that'll wrap it up there for Pop Culture Corner. We're going to go into our promo break time in between segments. Up next after the break will be SmackDown Alley. We're going to talk a little Raw and SmackDown and some of the major things that came out of that, especially after Sami Zayn won the WWE Universal Championship last weekend. There's some good stuff going on SmackDown, and then we'll have some quick video games talk. And let me pre-warn you right now, it is PlayStation heavy. Let me put the disclaimer: we do not hate PlayStation at all, but we are going to have some things to say about.
We're going to recognize though that Sony just loves shooting themselves in the foot.
Oh yeah.
That's like their favorite pastime. But find out about it in the video game section. So
yep, in probably about 30-40 minutes to tap in. All right, so that'll do it for us for right now. We'll be back after the break, about 4 or 5 minutes. We out. Peace.
We back at it. Yep, we still doing it. Poetic beat. First GenXers. Gia. Let's get it, y'all. Come on. We back in the building. It's been a long time cooking in the soup kitchen. And I'm chilling with the same. Dropping these beats, won't stop, nope, I can't. Let me get up in the lab, turn it up. Game on with the first GenXers. What's up? Let's flip on the switch or the Xbox and
get up in my zone, I'm clowning.
Let me clear my throat for a minute. Shout out to my folks while I'm in it. It ain't nothing but love, it's babe business. I really don't know what's so who ain't feeling this. And this is only the beginning. Now versus then, this is something for the chillin'. Poetic got the joints like McDonald's. I'm loving it. It's the first Gen. We're now rocking with Poetic Beats. This is the first GenXers production. Get your PlayStations out. Get your Xbox out. Get your Switch out. Let's get it in, y'all. Holla back.
Got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. You got to keep it. You got to keep it lovely. Success comes right after the struggle. I ain't even giving up on whatever I wanted. The tragedies I've seen, I can't even stomach. Most of y'all weak as shit and would've started running. Every time I make it back to the crib, I'm thankful the Most High let me see all of it. Grateful I'm lovely, and I'm being real with this. Please don't judge me. I'ma stay on my shit. I'ma keep a grind mode.
Adam's family like dynamic between Pugsley and Wednesday. Like very true.
Yeah.
Well, I always temper this because I think
I did not like the perceived caution tagline.
I've also seen what Chase Center looks like when the Valkyries are fucking playing, so fuck all of you. Because Chase Center is packed no matter what's going on.
all right. So Dave had some stuff he had to do right quick, so I'm going to go on ahead and kick us off here, and we're going to jump into all right. Welcome to SmackDown Alley. We're going to talk some wrestling, some Raw and SmackDown. Let's get this one up there now. There we go. And talk about the events that happened this week. Before we jump back to some video game stuff. All right, sorry about that. All right, Runescryer, get yourself back there a little bit. All right, so on Raw this week, Let's take the Jim Whelan Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey, and pave the road to SummerSlam by confirming 2 blockbuster matches. The first took place at, like, I want to say it was at its normal time, 5:00 this last week. And yeah, it was an epic episode as far as I was concerned. I know some people weren't impressed with it, but I was. But we got, like I said, we got 2 major SummerSlam matches confirmed. The first opened the show as your new 2026 King of the Ring comes out, Oba Femi, and does his pose, talks to the crowd, thanks them for their love, and he's about to like talk about who he's going to challenge for which title at SummerSlam, and back comes Brock Lesnar. Brock proceeds to come back, talking more. This is what kind of confirms for me that Brock is most likely retiring after SummerSlam. Brock's been talking more than ever before. I've ever seen him talk before on his own without Paul Heyman speaking for him. And he got in and cut a promo on Oba that ended with Brock saying, talk shit, get hit. So for those of you who don't know the backstory on it, Oba over the past couple of weeks has been outright calling out Brock Lesnar and calling him a bitch and a coward and all of that, because Brock Lesnar disappeared after he beat him at I forget what the pay-per-view was. It wasn't WrestleMania, Backlash, I believe it was. And Brock told him, talk shit, get hit, kicked him in the nuts, hit him with an F5, and went to go do his thing and bounce out like Brock Lesnar normally does after hitting somebody with the F5. And Brock proceeded, as he was walking out, Oba proceeded to say to Brock, this isn't over. You always, right? He said, you heard I was talking about you behind your back. Well, let me go on ahead and call you a B word or bitch to your face. What's up, Runescryer?
I am back indeed.
And Oba does that and calls Brock Lesnar a bitch and tells him, SummerSlam, let's finish this. And again, Brock picking up a mic and talking far more than I've ever seen Brock do before in his career.
It's kind of disappointing that he's getting better at the promos the closer he is to retiring.
Because he just doesn't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't care about being like, whatever. But anyway.
And his voice is not what you would expect.
Yes.
It's not like exactly an overly masculine voice. And that's all due respect to Brock, okay?
Brock has Mike Tyson syndrome.
Bingo.
Mike looked like he was going to kill you. But if you heard Mike talk, it was kind of hard to take him seriously until he punched you in the mouth.
Exactly.
Kind of a similar thing with Brock Lesnar. Like, when Brock talks to you, you're like, oh, this is going to be the funniest ass whooping I've ever taken in my life. Anyway, but yeah, so Brock gets on the mic and tells Oba that he's going to one-up him. And not only does he accept his challenge at SummerSlam of a match, but they're going to make it Hell in a Cell, which the crowd goes wild. And they flash back to Oba talking about, that's what I'm talking about. Let's do this. Let's finish this. And so it's looking like it's going to be a great match.
And what was really great?
What's that?
Oba coming out to the ring dressed like Cody Rhodes introduced him to his tailor.
Oba wearing a nice button up. It's not the first time he's done it, but I do love the fact.
I mean, dude was just on point in there.
He definitely was looking sharp. But yeah, so that's the first match that we had confirmed, which is Oba versus Brock. Now, let's get to the outrage real quick before we move on to the second match, and that is there's a lot of people who have outrage because it was confirmed that Oba is postponing, not skipping, not giving up, but postponing his championship match and his choice of champion until after SummerSlam because he wants to finish the feud with Brock Lesnar, which to me makes complete storyline sense.
It's good storyline sense. And also it's good tactical sense, because if Oba goes up against Roman and gets the world heavyweight and gets the title belt, Brock's going to come right back and demand that be a condition of the match. That it's a title match.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, here's the thing about it: is Oba had to choose between having that title match at SummerSlam or facing Brock. But what I'm saying is, people are acting as if Oba had to choose between having the title match at all and facing Brock. It's like, no, he'll still get the title match. Yeah.
Michael Cole's had it perfectly. The title match is still going to be there. I can't remember if it was Cole or Graves that said that.
Yeah, I believe
the title match is still going to be there.
And he's not. He's not giving it up. He's not forfeiting the title match. He's just postponing it. You know, like I said, this was confirmed through a backstage interaction as well between him and Adam Pearce, where Adam Pearce was like, "Are you sure?" And Oba's like, "Yes."
Are you really sure?
Yeah. Yes, the title will be there. And Oba says, "Yes, the title will be there." This shit with Brock Lesnar needs to end now. And so they gave you all the information. Those of you who are whining, this is what I was talking about earlier when we were talking about during Pop Culture Corner. This is the people who are whining are just whining because that's not the way they wanted. They would have booked it, or they wanted to see it booked. And guess what, guys? This isn't Dragon Lair, the video game where you actually got to control all the movements of the people on the screen and the dude and what he did and the choices that he made. You're just supposed to sit back and watch. And then after the storyline, after everything is said and done, then decide if it was a good storyline or not. Oba is less than a year into his main roster debut. Give the man time to cook. Oba, by the time he retires, barring injury, Oba, by the time he retires, will be a 5-time, 6-time, 7-time world champion. He doesn't need to win the title. He doesn't need to be in the championship match right now. Not to mention the feud with Brock Lesnar is the equivalent of a championship match anyway if he wins.
Mm-hmm.
It's just as much putting him over as it would be if he beat Roman Reigns. And as we all know, we've all heard already, WWE has already announced that they are not planning on taking the World Heavyweight title off of Roman Reigns or ending the Bloodline storyline anytime soon. So it wouldn't have made sense to have him face Roman anyway, because Roman would have probably won. And then you still have the same complaint of what does it matter that he won King of the Ring if he's just going to go on to lose to Roman? So your complaint would have been the same regardless of if he had a championship match at SummerSlam or not, unless he chose Sami Zayn instead of Roman Reigns. But speaking of Roman Reigns, his match for SummerSlam was also confirmed as the Tribal Chief came out to speak with Jacob Fatu in tow.
Mm-hmm.
And he was interrupted by his most notorious foe, and that is the one and only Seth freaking
Rollins. And may I also say and comment on Seth's wardrobe, I'm glad he's back to the sharp black suit anarchist look.
Yeah.
No more direct-to-DVD crime lord.
And I will also say this. Seth's speech gave me the hint that Seth's not much longer for the ring. Like it really did. It gave me that sense. Because I think that Roman, of course, he's getting towards the twilight, towards the, I don't think he's necessarily in his prime right now. He was kind of in his prime when he started the Tribal Chief gimmick like 5-6 years ago. I'm not saying he's past his prime, but he's definitely on the back end of his prime. He's not on the front end of his prime. So I think Seth's right. This could be the last time that they have the opportunity to do this. And Roman does need to get that monkey off of his back of never having beat Seth Rollins. In their last matchup, even though Seth didn't win the title, Seth still won the match because Roman was so obsessed. And what's funny is here's I'm gonna tell somebody this. I'm gonna say this again to anybody out there. Anybody who has the criticism of WWE that they don't understand long-term storytelling is beyond me. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying what we're seeing right now was the plan the whole time. It wasn't. things changed, plans pivoted, so on and so forth. But think of the history you have between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. It doesn't need a story. Like, it doesn't need an immediate, like, in this day story in order to be worth watching, because these gentlemen have so much history over 14 years. Their lives have been intertwined. That's all Seth needed to do, was recount what their history has been.
Mm-hmm.
And that was enough of a story to set up this match and make it worth seeing at SummerSlam. So we probably know either night 1 or night 2's main event is going to be Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns 1-on-1 for the World Heavyweight Championship. Let's see. And then I want to say, okay, so normally when they do 2-night events, or when they do events that are as long as SummerSlam and WrestleMania are, there's normally 3 main events. The opening match is normally the main event. The match that happens about the middle of the night or at the top of the second hour, or sometimes the way WWE does it, there's a main event at the top of every hour. So you have the hour 1 main event, the hour 2 main event, and then you have the actual main event at the end of the. I think Oba versus Brock, Hell in a Cell, is probably going to open either night 1 or night 2 of SummerSlam. Most likely night 1, because Brock likes to come in, get the job done, and go home. Like, when it comes to these things, like, he truly does. This is why a lot of Brock Lesnar's matches at these major events are normally at the top of the card. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at the very first match of the card. Because Brock likes to get in, do his work, and get out. So I can see this being with this being potentially his retirement match, with it being in Minneapolis, I can see Brock being matter of fact, I could see that Hell in a Cell match being the first match on night 1 of SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Well, like I said, we know one of the night's main events is going to be Rollins and Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. We still have to find out if we're even going to get Sami Zayn at SummerSlam, let alone Sami versus somebody for that title. We'll get to that a little bit later. Let's see. The next big thing was out of it is we got a furthering of the Liv Morgan Io Sky feud that unfortunately saw poor Io get the snot beat out of her.
But she was handling all 3 women in the Judgment Day at once pretty well.
Yeah.
When they first jumped her, so she was doing good. I think that it was really great.
Game eventually caught up.
Yeah, exactly. I think that it was great because it showed off the strength and nature of both women. It reinforced the nature of Io Sky, just never giving up and taking on all odds, and it also reinforced Liv Morgan's character.
Right.
So I do think, though, that it's going to lead into SummerSlam with Io walking away with the victory. I'm going to say that Roxanne and Raquel are going to try to interfere, but they're going to get interrupted outside the ring by Rhea Ripley. And I don't know the status of the injury, but Stephanie Vaquer.
Right. And I was going to say, I think less Rhea Ripley getting involved in the Io match and more Vaquer. I think Vaquer is going to be the one to run off Roxanne and Raquel, allowing Io to beat Liv for the title. But we'll see. Right. We'll see, because they could have designs with them having to have postponed what should have been, like, for those of you who are wondering, it's pretty obvious at this point that the reason why Liv has not defended the title and has not really done shit with the title since winning it at WrestleMania is because Stephanie Vaquer got injured. And they had an entire game plan with her laid out. And so So I think that there's a small possibility we could see Liv retain and then get attacked by the Care after the match is over, and prompting their feud, because like Io was kind of, I think there is a strong chance too that the Care was supposed to win the Queen of the Ring this year.
That's entirely possible too.
That Io basically, like in Kofi fashion, like there was supposed to be somebody the year Kofi went to WrestleMania and won the WWE Championship. That year, it was actually supposed to be somebody else that won that Elimination Chamber, and they pivoted to Kofi. So I think that was the same thing with Io Sky and Stephanie McCare. I think the original plan was McCare to win it and possibly even win it back at Night of Champions, but they pivoted to Io and went with that instead.
Let's see.
What's up?
Just keep going on.
But yeah, so next up is Jimmy Uso actually had a rubber match, or a second match, with LA Knight. And ended up winning this one by roll up, but it wasn't. It was interference. I love it. It is on the Google review of it. It says, in bloodline adjacent drama, guest commentator Jey Uso distracted LA Knight, allowing Jimmy Uso to roll him up for the win. Solo, who has been getting himself involved a lot with bloodline business right now. Yo, what's up, Big G-Bo?
Hey.
Unfortunately, no Saint this week, but thanks for tapping in with us, bro. We're just talking a little wrestling. But yeah, so with Jimmy Uso and LA Knight, with Jimmy Uso getting the win, after the match, I believe it was Jimmy and Jay, or Jay was attacking LA Knight because LA Knight like kicked or dropped Jay outside the ring. And so Jay went after him after the match was over, after Jimmy got the win and was beating him down, only to have Jimmy attacked from behind by Solo, and then to have Jay run after him, and then to have Solo come back and attack Jay as well and lay out both Jimmy and Jay, and leave LA Knight standing there like, what in the heck is going on? Thanks for the cheers, bro. Thanks for the cheers. Appreciate you. Joining us over there on Twitch. I'll say. But yeah, like, and I will say this: the Solo Sikoa bloodline storyline is one that I'm here for all day. Like because I'm enjoying what Solo is doing in a lot of ways. Somebody else out of my door. Let's see. We also had Raquel. In other news on Raw, we also had Raquel Rodriguez become the new #1 contender for the IC title.
That was a good match with Maxine.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
Yes, it was.
And
trying to figure out all her shit. I think they're going to end up having this big redemption moment with her and Chad Gable after the whole situation with last week, where she rejected his apology and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a whole big thing come up with that.
Yeah, because that was kind of the interplay after that was Austin Theory, who's apparently going out with Maxine, trying to console her and saying, basically kind of giving her an ultimatum that you're going to go back down that path with Chad Gable in there. You're on your own in there. But speaking of Austin Theory, I loved the backstage stuff with him to open up, where we had the return of Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman's just walking in. Austin's trying to get a couple minutes, talk with him about the situation with the vision and everything like that. And Paul just completely brushes him off. Like, go away, kid, you bother me. And then later on, Michael Cole nails it when he said, well, Paul Heyman's got his meal ticket back, in reference to Brock Lesnar. So yeah, Paul Heyman basically has completely thrown the Vision under the bus at this point.
I can see that. Yeah, he told them basically figure it out, and left it at that for them. And like, yeah, it's quite interesting seeing what Heyman's doing there. Austin Theory ended up losing his match to Joe Hendry, supported by the Street Profits. Henry came out singing to taunt Theory. Logan Paul and the Vision faction ultimately securing a win over Theory because I believe in Joe.
I do too.
And we also had a match between Chad Gable and JD McDonough, which was pretty good.
That was good.
Like, really
I'm glad to see that JD McDonough got some medical attention.
Yep. And
didn't they have a skit with him on SmackDown where he had some white streaks in his hair from the electrical shock?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. So yeah. So and Danhausen got involved in the match, which was great. And brought a briefcase because the Judgment Day's been saying, you owe us money and you better pay up.
Yeah.
So he brought them human monies and it blew up in their face, literally.
Yep. And he stole his jersey right back off of Dom.
Yes. Dom had stolen his Knicks jersey and Danhausen took it right back from Dom and said, F you. And ran into the ring, waved his Knicks jersey around, and then ran off before they could attack. Loved it. All right. And then finally, we did have a matchup between Rey Mysterio and Ethan Page. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
With Rey Mysterio getting the win. I'm personally liking what they're doing with the storylines. Yeah, I can admit that some of them don't make sense, but sometimes storylines don't make sense until you get to the end of them. You know, so hopefully this one will these ones will pan out. But on Friday, right before 4th of July, we were treated to an episode of SmackDown. And this week's SmackDown was brought to us from what? Atlantic City, New Jersey again. They must have taped them back to back. SmackDown's back to 2 hours again, so that's like 12 instead of being 3. But we didn't start out with, but at one point during the show we ended up with a undisputed WWE Championship celebration with Sami Zayn basically like inadvertently told off the entire crowd. Like he kept putting emphasis on the words "kiss my ass." And, what's going on? He was interrupted by Cody Rhodes.
He told off his cousins, the Usos.
Yes. Well, I say it was Cody Rhodes came out to congratulate him, like interrupt him and congratulate him, and Sammy didn't see it as authentic, and kind of chewed Cody out before being interrupted by Jey Uso, who came out to make it known that he wanted a shot at the title, and Sammy proceeded to cuss them both out and say, because Jey Uso said he wanted to bring the WWE Championship back to the family, and Sammy promptly said, as far as I'm concerned, it is with the family, referring to himself being a bloodline and honorary Us years ago. So needless to say, this ended up with Adam Pearce, the new general manager of both Raw and SmackDown. Yep, you did not mishear me. Adam Pearce is the new general manager of both Raw and SmackDown, as Nick Aldis has been suspended for a physical confrontation that he had with Gunther.
Yeah, it's you can just see Adam Pearce going, "Oh God."
Yep. It's so Nick.
You know, it's like the Inspector Dreyfus skits from the Inspector Clouseau movies.
Yeah,
where it's all they need to give Adam Pearce a bottle of Pepto-Bismol as a prop, just to keep swigging away out of it. Exactly. Yeah.
But he comes out and he says, we're gonna do things my way now. And he sets up a number one contenders match. Well, first Sammy said he's not defending it against anybody, and then Adam Pearce makes him aware that he's going to be defending the WWE Undisputed Championship on Monday Night Raw, so tomorrow. And it was going to be against whoever won the number one contenders match in the main event between Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. We'll get to who the winner of that was in a minute. We also saw Rey Fenix make another appearance on SmackDown with defending the Cruiserweight Championship against fellow AAA member Vikingo.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nice.
it to me was easily match of the night without like a second thought. It was an amazing match. So if you guys want to see what Lucha is, watch AAA or go and watch Rey Fenix versus
Vikingo is one of my favorites from AAA.
So I was very, of course, Rey Fenix retained, keeping the AAA championship. I like the fact that they're bringing those types of championships. Like Dom is representing AAA as the mega champion. He's on Raw every week. You have Rey Fenix representing the cruiserweight division of AAA and defending it on SmackDown every week. You know, and so it's just like Trick Williams isn't even defending the United States championship every week, but yet we get the AAA Cruiserweight Championship defended every week on SmackDown. I love it. There was also a 6-woman tag match between Jade Cargill, Michin, and B-Fab, or Jade Cargill and her baddies, getting the win over Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton, and Chelsea Green, with Jade Cargill pinning Green after hitting her with Jaded. It was a good match. It definitely helped further the storylines of what's going on with all of them and with Jade Cargill. But I don't know. The match wasn't spectacular. It was a good match. But it looks like Jade's officially going to be going after. That tells me that Rhea's probably going to be out for a little bit. If they brought her back to at least be able to. And the injury must be pretty bad if she couldn't even just like cut promos and just not do a match up until SummerSlam, you know. So I don't know. She'll be back by SummerSlam. We'll see. All right, and then the main event of the evening was Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso, and we have our new number one contender for the title on Monday night, and that is Cody Rhodes, who's going to be taking on Sami Zayn for the WWE title. Now, here's what I will say, and I will say this once. I genuinely think that if Sami Zayn drops the belt back to Cody on Monday night, it's because what the result of Night of Champions was not what it was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what it tells me. I don't think Sammy's going to drop the title to Cody. I think through either interference, like there's going to be some kind of interference that's going to set up whoever Cody's feud is going to be with at SummerSlam. Or something along those lines, but I hope that he doesn't win it back this quickly. Like, that would suck. Like, maybe Gunther interferes because Gunther sees Sami Zayn as an easier target than Cody Rhodes, or something like that. I don't know, but we have ourselves a championship match for tomorrow night. It's going to be Cody Rhodes taking on Sami Zayn. And I think we may have seen, with the whole Nick Aldis situation, I think we may have seen the quiet close to the brand split. Now that you're going to have one GM for both brands, and you're already seeing this brand's championship defended on the other brand, main championship defended on the other brand, I think we're going to see the end of the brand split. I don't think they're necessarily going to unify the belts. But I think like everything above, I think people don't. I don't know if you watched it during this time, Dave, but a lot of people may not remember. There was a period of time in which if you were one of the main singles champions, so like if you were the World Heavyweight Championship champion or the WWE Heavyweight Champion, you could jump between brands. You were free to jump and feud with whoever between brands. But if you held like the IC title, then you were stuck on Raw. If you held the US title, then you were stuck on SmackDown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the women's belt, they did it with the women's too. With the women's, if you were the women's world champion for either brand, you could, for the red band or the blue band, you could jump between brands and defend your title. But if you were like anything lower than that, a tag team champion, you were stuck on the brand that you were on. So we'll see how it goes.
Yep.
NWA USA and NWA America. Yeah, those are all okay. Yes, Daniel. Magnus was a part of our NWA UK and NWA Europe. Yes, those are two great promotions for sure. But that's going to wrap up our SmackDown talk for the day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait a minute. What about Carmelo Hayes talking with Trick Williams?
Yeah. He talked shit to Trick Williams. Ended up getting backhanded before hitting a whatchamacallit flip over the top rope and landing on Trick.
Yeah, but Trick let slip that he's now a married man.
Oh, well, that was last week.
That was last week. Okay,
yeah,
sorry,
he announced he was a married man. Yeah, he because I was saying last week. No problem. Yep, NWA Japan, like there is wrestling all over the world. Like people think that that wrestling is only here or that WWE is it, and it's not. We've talked about that before. There's never WWE has never been the only option when it comes to wrestling. So I'll say, but all right. So that will actually do it for us for the wrestling talk for this week. Now we're going to jump on over into Tech Tinker's favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
Which is where we talk. I don't know about Ted Turner being the best person in wrestling. We can talk about that. But yeah, like WCW versus NWO. I don't know. Like I want to say the Monday Night Wars were some of the best times in wrestling as far as peak popularity. But we can get to that next week. Be sure to tune in. We got video game stuff to talk about, like this bullshit. PlayStation. There's been an announcement by PlayStation that some believe they may be walking back, but not everybody knows if they're going to. But PlayStation has announced that it will be discontinuing its physical copies of their video games starting in January of 2028. It's rumored that GTA is going to be a digital exclusive. Yeah, I don't know how I feel. I know how I feel about that. Nah, that shit. Give me it. You should always have the option of getting a physical copy. You should always have the option of buying a gaming system that has the disc. At no point should that not be an option.
Yep.
But yet, here we sit. Sony's about to say that's not an option.
Sony, once again, flip-flops on things because, well, we're not going to have physical disc. Yes, we will have physical discs. No, we won't. Yes, we will. So it's...
I can do anything better than you. But yeah, like I'm all for Sony, like having the option.
Yep.
Okay.
But
I'm all for Sony having a digital only option of video games. I'm all for that. I just don't want it to be digital only.
Right, exactly. I'm not going to stop getting digital stuff.
Yeah.
Because physical stuff is great. It works well when your internet's down.
Yep.
Yeah. So like I was telling Dark Lord before the show when we were going over the topics, it's like, shooting themselves in the foot is Sony's biggest pastime. It is the thing that they love doing the most because they do it so often. And we're going to see it again later on in the segment.
Yeah. Like, and he's listing all in the comment section. He's listing all the different types of physical audio, physical video, and I can tell you this, and that's on the first GenXers YouTube. So I can tell you this, that for me, it's like this. I have not bought a physical copy of a video game easily 6 years.
Yeah.
Since 2020, when I first invested in some external hard drives for my gaming systems, I have not bought a physical copy of the game.
Yep.
But I know tons of people who enjoy and who are truly all about having that physical copy of the game, of whatever it is that they're owning, a CD, a DVD, whatever it is that they're owning. Because it's not just valuable in the sense of because it's slowly being phased out, it's becoming more physically valuable, but it's valuable to them because there's a certain type of feeling that comes with going to the store and going and buying a physical copy of the game, going to a GameStop or Target or Walmart or whatever, and buying a physical copy of a game. And people don't, I think some people don't understand that. I think people want things to be so easy to get that they don't think about that. I think that's what Sony is playing into. And unfortunately, I think they'll lose a lot of people. I think there'll be some people who will go Xbox, and Xbox is allowing you to providing you with a physical copy of games. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, so next up is another PlayStation. I told you this is going to be a PlayStation heavy, whatchamacallit. But PlayStation finally gets a 9 out of 10 RPG this year after PC, Xbox, and Switch success. Last year's indie RPG darling Back to the Dawn has already been enjoyed by gamers on PC, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch, garnering strong reviews on each platform. This has been happening while PlayStation gamers have been left out of the fun, but that's finally changing this fall. Back to Dawn comes to PlayStation 5 in October. So tell me what you think about that, sir. Is this good? Is this a good thing for PlayStation people, or were they never missing anything?
Hang on, I'm trying to switch over. I don't know because I haven't played Back to the Dawn, but it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, it's popular elsewhere. We'll see if we can pick up some more fans by the PlayStation. Becomes more popular, we get more money, and we do more games. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I don't know if I'll download it. We'll see, though. We'll see. But this one is a story that was brought to us by you, sir. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about it. But the title of the article is "A Strange Attempt to Revive the 3Do is Already Dead." I didn't even know they were trying to bring this gaming system back.
Yep, the 3DO. You remember that masterpiece Legend of Zelda game that they had?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because we're in this nostalgia verse, everything has to be brought back. Someone wanted to bring back 3DO. Okay, fair. But the problem is that just after the announcement was made, like literally 2 days after the announcement was made that there's going to be a Kickstarter to get this going, they canceled it because apparently there's too many conflicting rights issues to untangle to bring it back.
Wow.
So, yeah, check that your horse is secured to the cart before you start.
Before you start moving on. Yeah. Oh man, that's insane to me. Like, and it's funny how many things happen like that in life we never even knew about. You know what I'm saying? Like certain things that were like movies that we wanted to see that they had found a director and they were looking for the lead cast member, and then all of a sudden the movie gets canceled and you never even heard about it. The John Carpenter's Halloween, the television series, and 52 episodes of original ideas for the series, and no Michael Myers ever again. Wow. Okay. Right on. I'll say, all right. And then the last story of the day was again brought to us by you. PlayStation adds bullshit ability to terminate your PS5 account in all games for inactivity.
Yeah.
What the
This is some bullshit.
Yeah, this is some bullshit.
Where basically Sony has updated the PlayStation 5, updated so that if your account is inactive for a certain period of time, don't know when, don't know how long, they can remotely brick and wipe out access to all the games on your PlayStation 5. No refund, no nothing.
They can brick the whole system, or they can just terminate your account.
I think they can terminate the account.
Okay, so just make it so you can't sign in. You can still play your PlayStation, you just can't sign in and do anything online.
Well, you can play if you have physical discs.
No shit. Yeah, Sony, like you said, tone deaf to what really needs to be being done. By making moves that they think you're going to make them more money. But yeah, Sony, get your shit together. I own a PlayStation 5. I swear to God, if I turn it on, like my account's been terminated. I hope the timer that they set on how long you have to be inactive is like a year plus.
We'll see. Yeah,
like it better not be like 5 days. Like you have to be on every 5 days or so, or else they turn out with people. So, but all right. So that's going. Digital copy of The Highlander, the television series, in 52 episodes, and it was deleted without my permission on my hard drive. I'm sorry to hear that. Like, I would be suing somebody. Y'all can't be doing that shit. All right, so that's going to slide us into the final segment of the show, unless you got something else for us, Dave.
Nope.
No. All right, into this final segment of the show, which is Where Can I Find You Next, where we talk about what's up next for us. I'll go ahead and go first because I normally throw Dave out there first and let y'all know that you can find me in about 2 hours right here on WKK Double Network, First GenXers YouTube, as well as Twitch with The Classroom, where we're going to be talking this crazy, yes, our truth is like too cold Scorpio.
It was the R-Truth.
We didn't talk about the R-Truth Damian Priest segment. They're going to face off against the War Raiders for the AAA tag team titles. All winner take all match. But yeah, R-Truth and that damn voice he be doing whenever they walk up, Tony Montana voice is just killing.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was sidetracked. But no, so yeah, we'll get to. But I'll be on in a couple of hours talking the crazy NBA free agency period and all the trades that took place since the last episode, and also be talking a little World Cup as well as some tennis on this week's Classroom with O'Malley. So Jordan should be sure to join us for that at 6. Jump over to W2KK2network.com to check out the most recent episode of KD5P. It's up right now. And then you can catch me on the video game tip with Dark Lord 100 Plays on Tuesday, now that my Xbox is actually streaming again after it screwed me over from doing a triple stream on Friday. It's back up again, as you saw with Retro Saturdays last night. So I'll be back on Tuesday for the last stream with College Football 26, as I've already pre-ordered 27, and we'll be debuting it the following week on Tuesday during Football Tuesdays. So, Dave, what do you have going on over there on the night shift, sir?
I'll be, after last night's successful stream, I will be back doing Starfield tonight, midnight till whenever I start nodding off Pacific time.
All right. Got anything coming up for this week, or
just more
stream by stream?
Just right now, Starfield and Horizon Forbidden West on their usual times and days. I don't want to tease anything because I've been teasing folks for like over a year. So, like I said, don't, make sure your horses are hitched up to the cart first. So I'll make sure everything's going okay, and then I'll drop some stuff. But
all right,
until then, it's just Starfield and Horizon Forbidden West, yeah. And just offline, I am back in a playthrough for XCOM 2 personally, or no, just XCOM Enemy Within personally, on my PlayStation. And I think that they may have updated a few things in XCOM. I'm no longer missing with shots that have a 90% or better chance to hit.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think they may have done some updates to the random number generator. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. And then, so yeah, it will be a good evening, y'all. So just be sure to keep tuning in. As far as the video game streams, like I said, you can catch Runescryer on just Twitch, so you got to follow us on Twitch for that. Same thing with NBT Fusion. You can catch us on Twitch. For my video game streams, you can catch me on Twitch, or you can catch me on the Double KK Double Network YouTube. And then for these shows, you can catch us on the First GenXers YouTube as well. All right, y'all. So that'll do it for us for this week. I want to thank everybody that tapped in, especially Daniel Wilson, UTI. I appreciate you keeping the comment section live, and all of those on Twitch and on either YouTube that joined us. We want to say a big thank you. We'll be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, right here on your favorite First GenXers broadcast channel. We'll see y'all later. Peace.